Yo, what's good guys, I'm JB Hoops, and today I got a breakdown video on Ochai Agbaji, the 6'5 senior out of Kansas. He's just won a national championship for Kansas, and his draft stock has been rising over the whole year, and I think he has the potential to be one of the best 3-and-D guys in this class. On the season for Kansas, he averaged about 18.8 points per game, along with 5.1 rebounds. Also just under a steal and 0.6 blocks a game, shooting 47.5% from the field, all whilst knocking his threes down at a 41% clip on very high volume. So first up, I'm going to break down his shooting. Over his 4 years at Kansas, he's consistently improved his outside shooting. He shot 30.7% from behind the arc as a freshman, and over his 4-year career, he's become an elite shooter. This season, he knocked down about 41% of his threes on 6.5 attempts per game. His percentage from deep and his volume increased incrementally, and it's just a result of his hard work and dedication to improving in this area of his game. Ochai Agbaji has a super quick release, and he's a great shooter off the catch, but he's also excellent at moving off the ball, relocating, and creating enough space for himself to get the shot off. I think his shooting ability is one of his most valuable attributes, because I think he'll be a great spot-up shooter in the league from day one, and he's just not afraid of the big stage. But whilst he's a great shooter from behind the arc, he does struggle in the mid-range. He shot only 28.6% on 2-point shots not at the rim. He doesn't really have much of a floater game or much of a pull-up game, as the majority of his scoring comes from behind the arc or at the bucket. But his jump shot is super quick, he has very solid mechanics, and I think at some stage he'll be able to develop a dribble pull-up, and that'll just open up so much for him. Next up, I want to talk about his defense. Ochai Agbaji is 6'5", 215, and a very solid on-ball defender with a 6'10 wingspan. He has the measurables of a physical, quick, athletic, and switchable defender, and I think he has the potential to be an elite 3-and-D guy in the NBA. He's generally pretty good at closing out and staying down on pump fakes, and he uses his athleticism and lateral quickness to recover when the offensive player has a step on him. There are some areas of concern I have with him on the defensive side. At times I've noticed he's had some struggles communicating with his team when he's playing off the ball on defense. He sometimes just loses track of his assignment, and at times he finds it difficult to navigate off-ball screens, getting caught on the screener, and just giving his man an opening to make a play. But with his length and foot speed, more often than not he can recover to make a good contest or shut the driving lane off. So with his athleticism, length, and strength, I think Agbaji will be a guy who can defend multiple positions extremely well, clamp guys up on the ball, play solid help defense, and also get some crazy highlight reel blocks, but also get in the passing lanes to get some crazy highlight reel dunks on the other end. Other than shooting from behind the arc, Ochai Agbaji mainly gets his buckets at the rim. He's a super explosive athlete who throws down crazy dunks in transition and in the half court a lot of the time on backdoor lobs. He's a great off-ball mover and cutter. He uses his speed to get down the court ahead of the D, but he's also great at attacking closeouts, capitalizing on the threat of his jumper to get easy buckets at the rim. Also this season at Kansas, he got to the line more than he ever has in his career, all while shooting 72.6% at the rim, which is very solid. What Ochai Agbaji lacks in shot creation ability, he makes up for with his elite shooting, exceptional off-ball movement, and finishing at the rim. Whilst I don't think he'll be a 30-point per game scorer or anything in the NBA, I think he's going to be a great number 2 or number 3 option in the league, who can be a knockdown shooter, lock up on the other side, but also get to the rim. Now the final area of his game I want to talk about is his playmaking ability. He's not a great playmaker, he only averaged 1.6 assists this season. A lot of that comes down to his lack of shot creation ability due to his basic handle, but I don't think in the league he'll ever be asked to beat his defender off the dribble in isolation scenarios in the half court. But he's definitely capable of attacking closeouts and making simple straight line drives to the basket for a driving kick, passing ahead to bigs in transition, and just generally making the simple but correct play. I think Ochai Agbaji has a bright future in the league as a great 3-and-D player, who could also make an impact straight away. I think he has a very good shot at being a lottery pick in this year's draft, but at worst a mid-first round pick. He's such a great shooter and defender, but also an exceptional athlete, that despite the fact he's a senior and 22 years old, I think in the team on the lottery will take him, and he'll be able to make an impact right away. Alright, that's all I got for this one. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment down below, subscribe for more. JB Hoops.